fans. Well, good evening to some. Welcome to other sports friends live. As you know that we have to try to schedule the show around the Olympics because, as I keep on telling you guys, I don't want any of you to miss out on any of the Olympic action. So you know that the show will be up and down in terms of timing until the Olympics is over. With that being said, we're here for another show, Olympics review and preview. So last night we saw the 100-meter heat for women, and boy, wow, I was so impressed by those two top females. A lot of people might said, hey, Sherika Jackson didn't have a good start. She left a lot to be desired. But however, Shelly and Fraser Price and Elaine Thompson era, they look superb, man. And I'm sure that Kim's right now is overjoyed, man. And earlier on today, one of our followers, Albert Williams, was all over our YouTube channel saying that nobody can beat Kim's right now. Kim's just most well I. Them say, yeah, man, Kim's you well good, man. So Elaine Thompson, 10.82, shutting it down after around 60 meters. Boy, your girl look good, boss.
Yeah, man. Yesterday on the show, I really thought she was going to run. First of all, the track seemed to be fast. The track seemed to be fast. So I thought she was going to run 11. But she's in. I told you guys that something special is going to happen. She's in superb shape. She ran 50 meters, great drive face, get up, high knees, and just cruise her way through. So, I promised myself that I won't say much because it's the heats. No, nothing is won in the heats, so I won't bloviate as yet. But she looks good, and I like how she looks so far. I just want her to just continue handling business because if you remember the Jamaican trials, she looked good in the heats as well, and then.
True.
We don't know what happened in the final, but there's a different beast, and we're just waiting for to see what she's going to come with for the final.
Okay. This is where you and I disagree on one thing, though. You're
Hmm.
saying that, oh, Helene look, well, for you, I think you said Helene looked the best in the heats. However, for me, Shelly and
Hmm.
Fraser was absolutely, well, that's a superb, man. She blasted out after blocks as usual. And you could say after around 45 to 50 meters, it was basically cruise control jogging right through the entire
Hmm.
of the
And
race.
I and again, I ask the question again. I ask the question again. How can someone cruise from 40 meters to the end of the race, and then when they do an interview, they're breathing so
Boss,
hard? But
what if it's a case where that person lacks breath control?
no, because again, we have abundance of evidence to show that when she really cruise, she just do an interview normal. But you see, the thing with Shelly, she really shows how she's running on her face. So people always think that she's cruising. But what I saw, and I'm being as objective as can be, what I saw is that she ran around 70, 75 meters. Not all out, of course, but she ran, and then she shut it down after she said, okay, nobody's top three go through. So all right, I'm good.
I agree with that still. But her next girl, Sherika Jackson, well,
Ah.
she started very slow, and I keep on saying that she need to work on that start. If
Mm-hmm.
she come in the final with that start again, she's going to be left behind. And
Mm-hmm.
well, she was in a race with Michelle Liai, and she ended up winning the heat. Sherika came second.
Mm-hmm.
What do you make of her and how she looked?
Basically what you said about her slow start. She started slow, but then once she got into her running, and she secured that automatic qualification, I believe it makes no sense to push and try win the race or anything. Just qualify, and you just work on that. Sharika is not going to get a fast start. Sharika is not do she's not she wasn't doing 250 starts, when Stephen Francis had his athlete doing it. But if she, as you rightly said though, if she starts like that in the final, she'll probably come last because that field not waiting on no one.
True.
So she definitely, but in the same breath, I hope she's mindful because sometimes, we tend to overthink it as Usain Bolt did and false started. So we want to keep that little component. She doesn't have to have a perfect start, but she just can't start as slow as she did.
Yeah. But in the the fastest person going into the final is that final. The semi-final is actually Marie Jose Talu. She ran 10.78, and that was basically full blowout. She didn't slow down any at all. She went full force right in, and I heard a few analysts saying that they're not going to really ridicule her for what she did because she has had a slow start to the season. So she's trying to use this as a measure to gauge herself going forward. Do you agree with
Mhm.
that notion, or you think that it was just it was
All
just
right.
stupid of her?
Well, so I don't agree that she went full fledged because if you look around like 70, 75 meters, she was looking around to see where's the next person. She looked around actually twice, right? She looked, and then before the finish line, she looked again just to ensure that nobody's near her. She was looking at the second place individual, but she did run very hard. But well, she also ran into a negative wind, so at the end of the day, if it was one of our athletes that ran 10.78, oh God, the place would be going on crazy. So a negative wind. So if it was the right wind, then they would have run faster, blah blah blah. So I'll give her flowers, but um she's not somebody I'm worried about. She's definitely not somebody I'm worried about at all. Um but she did her thing, so I have to give her flowers. But we will see. I think she matches up with Sherika Jackson in the semis. So we'll definitely be able to see if she can, replicate that performance or if it was just,
A
one
fluke.
of those things. One of those things. Could be a fluke.
So, in terms of semi-final lineup, semi-final one would have Kamika Bingham from Canada, Tina Gaither from Bahamas, Elaine Thompson Hira, Blessing Okagbare, Hajia Del Pont, Dina Asher Smith, Jenna
Uh,
Prandini, and Tatiana Pinto. Your top three progressing from that. Or hold on a
uh,
second. It's top two. Yeah, top two and the two non automatic.
so the two I have, I'll go with, I'll go with, um, I'll go with Elaine and Blessing for the top two. For that, I'll
Okay,
go with
so
Elaine and Blessing.
what I think? You think Dina Asher don't stand a chance?
I mean, I think she made the final as one of the fastest qualifiers, but to be honest with you, um, I watched Dina, and she's probably deceiving the crowd or don't want too much attention on her, but I think she is still, they spoke about her hamstring, and I think she's still favoring the hamstring a little bit. I don't think she's confident. I don't think she's running confident. I mean, I just saw the heat, so that's just my assumption from the heats.
But it's
But I think,
surprising though because I saw you pointed it out, and it was something that I actually noticed as well that she has shed some weight. So I mean,
yeah, man, like she lose a lot of weight, a lot of weight. So I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure where the weight loss come from. Probably she wanted to feel light. I don't know, but she lost a lot of weight, and she just don't look like she's in top shape to compete with the elites at this Olympics. Probably next World Championship, sure, but this Olympics, I don't think she have it. So I think Blessing has been running good all season.
yeah.
Blessing just have to just work on that start, because she'll come in the latter part of the race, but the start will give her a little trouble.
Okay. In the second semifinal, we have Crystal Emmanuel, Mange G, Michelle Lee Ai, Marie Jose Talou, Sherika Jackson, Alexandra Bergart, Asha Philip, Javian Oliver. Top two.
Top two, I'll give Sherika. I'll give Sherika and Talu. I'll
Well,
give those two.
those are the two quality athletes in the field, so I expect those two to progress.
Yeah.
Um, let's move on to the final semifinal now. We have Gina Bass, we have Anna Bongiorno, Bongiorni, Darren Nita, Shelly Fraser Price, Tiana Daniels, Mujinga Kabunji, Muriel Hahure, and Grace Enwakocha. Which two we have going through in this one?
I'm going to go with Shelly and Ahure. I want to go with
Yes, the
those two.
experience will come through in this one.
Yes. That that Oliver, right? Is Oliver
Yeah,
that? Yeah, that Oliver individual. She ran in the heats, and I believe she was running very fast and running to win, and she still didn't win. She just looked like this bigger than her. It looked like the buck stops at the semifinals for her. She can go back to the drawing board and come back next year for the world champs. But so those I like those two. I like those two from that heat.
Okay. Um, in the 800 meter, we saw Natalia Gould progressing with the fastest time. A lot of people got over the top saying that, hey, they're happy that how she ran the race and they're happy that she overcome the field because it was a stiff field. But however, had these people been following Natalia Gould for the longest while, they would have known that she's a front runner. So she's
Yep.
going to go for the front and she's going to try hold it from there to the wire.
Mhm.
Now
Mhm.
she's in a semifinals where she'll come up against Elena Bello, Joanna Joswick, Jamariki, Haji Wilson, who never looked that good. Natalia Gould, as I said, Alima Nakaya, and Edahine. Progression to the final for her.
Yeah, yeah. I remember telling you yesterday. Uh, heats and semifinals, no worries. She'll probably even win the semifinal too, cause that's her style. Build up the Jamaican people hopes, and then in the final she run a fourth. So she will make it to the final. As you talk about Ajay Wilson, yeah, she really. I don't know if it's strategy or what, but she will never look good in that 800 at all. And I have her as a medalist, so
Yeah, man, I remember that you have a American clean sweep,
American clean sweep. So probably it's just a little strategy. These people been in Tokyo and they haven't really ran, so they're just getting out. They're just getting out of the blocks, get a little stride out. So let's see in the semifinals what she can come with. Because she definitely have run a lot better if she's going to make the finals. But I think Natalia goes, she definitely will make the finals, and then cross her fingers. I know the producer picked her to win a medal.
Yeah, man, he has
So
her for a bronze medal, but here's I am sure sports saying that silver medal for gold in the 800 meters.
can can apart from the regular patriotism, right? Can I am sure sports please elaborate why he or she thinks that they'll win Natalia will win
It's
a
an E man. It's the
uh,
same Manning's man. Manning's man say
Manning's man.
yeah man, it's Manning's man.
Manning's man. Why you think gold is going to win a silver medal? Because I see I see some people in those 800, and I look and I say, all right, Natalia Gould can't beat she. So I already have, even if I don't pick my Ajay Wilson. She's not beating Mo. She's not beating Raven Rogers. And there's this other female. I don't remember her name right now. She's not beating her
Or the
either.
Cuban,
I believe it's a Cuban. I believe
Almanza.
it's yeah. Yep. Not beating her either. These
Okay. And remember that Almanza beat her the other day on the Diamond League circuit and when she ran the 156.
Yep. So
It's tough.
and
It's tough. We just have to hope for the best.
that's what Manning's man style already. There was a Manning's man, one of them who talk about Frederick Dakers. He's running from the show because he's talking about.
But Kems, stick up in. Manning's man is of the opinion that you selected Dakers for a medal.
No, me. What this one drunk man? Look back on the predictions then.
The man say your medal counts are good on cause you selected Frederick Dakers.
Who said that?
Manning's man.
Oh man, you can't do that. Look
I
back.
remember. I,
Remember when
re-
he
I remember.
posted.
Let me tell you, your medal count has gone down, yes, because you had selected Thomas. Dad, I remember that one.
I did select Thomas that, but you can't see my medal count going down because somebody else can spring a surprise and still my medal
So
count
it's still sticking by the 17.
still sticking. 17
All
right now it's so ridiculous when you mention it. It's so ridiculous. But I already make it, so I have to stick with it. Can't give up. And even the mixed relay, I pick a medal for the mixed relay, and boy, we now look good. We don't
Well,
look good.
we'll
That
soon get to that. But Akil,
okay.
to correct you, it's not only Mo that has run faster than Natalia Gold this season. Almanza from Cuba has run faster than Natalia Gold this season as well. So it's two person that has run faster than her. But
hmm
all three Jamaican guys have progressed from the 400-meter hurdles as well. Now in the semifinals, we'll see Alison Dos Santos, Alessandro
Yeah.
Sibilio,
Yeah.
Kenny Selman, Abdurrahman Samba, Sean Rowe, Luke Campbell, Nick Smith. I said, this is it for Sean Rowe.
This is definitely it. That field is definitely quality. And it's quality Sean Rowe doesn't have. You know, not even not. Sometimes we just have to face the facts, and Sean Rowe should be happy with himself. A lot of persons come to the Olympics and only run one time, and then that's it. So he has the opportunity to run twice. So he should be happy. Go back to the drawing board and work again for the World Championships. But this is it for him.
I agree. Thanks to everybody that has tuned in so far. Keep the the viewing coming because I know that it's not the usual time that you guys expect to see us. But as I keep on saying, and I said at the top of the show, we're trying to schedule the show around the Olympics so you guys can get enough time to watch the Olympics in peace. So, and also for us as sports friends to get your viewership as well because we don't want to have split views over here and then other people over there. So, yeah, we're trying to get your views as well. The next semifinal, we'll see Karsten Warholm, Thomas Barr, Yasmani Capello, Rai Benjamin, Kemar Mowat, Sokwana Zazini, Joshua Abubaku.
Yeah,
Well said.
that's it.
Wow, this,
That,
this is this is a tough semifinals.
to be honest with you, I believe these semifinals because it's the first two automatic and then the two fastest times. I think this semifinal will be the semifinal with all four out of it.
Go again?
I think this semifinal will be the semifinal that has four qualifiers out of it.
Whoa.
So I believe they'll have obviously
The
Warholm
top two,
and
Benjamin.
Benjamin, and then there'll be two more qualifiers out of this one as the two fastest losers.
So you think that it will probably be Yasmani Capello and Thomas Barr since as those two
Yeah,
guys are known as championship performers.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
So you
believe
rule out Kemar
they'll
Mowat once
sneak us.
again.
All right, let's talk about Kemar Mowat now. Kemar Mowat came fourth. Remember, the hurdles. The hurdles has been. I would say the hurdles qualification has been somewhat favorable to the Jamaican at least because top four from the heats, top four go through. You kind of beneficial if the top four go through. If I the top three and then fastest losers, then it's different. So he came fourth in his heat. So that alone tell me enough that this is it for him.
Yeah. And they never
And
and as you said, he never looked good in that heat
never
as well.
looked good. He had to fight for fourth place. Fight. And it's not
And then
like
imagine
Jail who
us not
fight
feel
for
like
first
this now.
place. Hmm?
Yeah. So and I'm glad that you touched on that one because in the next semifinal we'll see Wilfred Apio, Jail Hyde, Kyron
Hmm.
McMaster,
Hmm.
Rasmus Magi, Abdemalik Lahulo, Hiramu Yamuchi, and David Kenzira from USA. Jail Hyde to progress
All right. So remember at first I said Jail High would make the final, and I said the only
semifinal draw.
way he's making the final is if he get a favorable semifinal draw. This
This is it.
is a favorable semifinal draw. So if he can't make the final from here, then I don't want to hear anything about I'm matured now, I'm grown up, and blah blah blah. Go out there and perform,
I
right?
agree.
What I will say about him is that he's smart. Yesterday I teased him and I was like, "Oh, he's running that like he's running a final," but he did that so that it could be favorable to him right now. Because had he run any slower, he would have probably end up in semifinal two or even
Yeah.
semifinal one. So he did what he did. So I have him to come second in that semi. So let's see if he's going to. Jail, his running style is run out hard and allow them to catch me.
Yeah, and you know that
So
that is what he's going to do. And then guess what? You'll have Karen McMaster being the one to chase him down because they know that man runs from the back. So you know that it will be a catch me if you can with Jailite. So I really hope this is actually the time for him to get into that final. And
mhm.
once I get to the final, if
Any
any if,
card
if,
can
if,
play.
if any card can play on that particular day. So
Mhm.
we'll just hope that this is the moment for him. And as I said, he keep on saying he's mature now, he's grown up. So this is the time for
Mhm.
him to show us that as sporting fans.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Um, there were some disappointments for well, I don't like to start with disappointments, So I'm going to keep on going with the ups. So our two ladies have qualified for the triple jump final. So on first attempt, Shanika Ricketts jumped a 14.43 and called it curtains. That was it for the night.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep.
Kimberly Williams jumped at 14.37, I believe. And she
No,
was,
it's actually, I think it's actually 14.30 actually, because she
yeah,
finished eighth.
yeah, but she was in the top 12. So yeah, remember that it was 14.40. That was the automatic qualification. So she
Mm-hmm.
jumped and she was within the top 12. So she has moved on. So it's happy to see that those two girls have gone on. And as we keep on saying, once you reach that final, any number can play. So let's see how they take it from there. And I really hope that they just bring the hay game on that day. In
Yep.
terms of disappointment now, first up, I never expected much of him because even when people keep on saying that, oh, he'll show his championship mettle, I said, this man has been injured all season. He's nowhere close to what he once was. And I'm talking about Frederick Dakers. Remember that leading up to the championship, he was nursing an injury to his throwing arm. And in the final,
Mm-hmm.
well, not the final, I mean, in the qualification, it showed up because he kept on fidgeting with that hand and it wasn't to be for him on this occasion. And guess what I find funny in this event? It was actually his own teammate that kicked him out of the last qualification spot. So Chad Wright is the one that has
Mm-hmm.
moved on to the finals. Travis Michael, such a big disappointment. From that man leave Calabar, that man hasn't done anything of note for me personally. So that man,
Yep.
I never really expected much of him. But Chad Wright, luckily into the final, knocked out Frederick Dakers. Anything to expect from him, or you just think that he'll finish right in the place that he
Yeah.
actually played?
Yeah. I mean, this is just formality for Chad, right? Yeah, I think sometimes as athletes we know that boy we're just not good enough and we're in the final, so let's just be happy and just celebrate that. I'm glad that he knocked out Frederick because as you said, he was even in when he was trying to qualify, he was still favoring that injured arm. So I just think you should recover and then come back again. Chad, I wish him all the best, but these are some heavy hitters. These are some heavy, heavy hitters in this event. And, you know, you know, before we said once you reach a final, any card can play. But there are certain events that certain cards just don't play. And this is one of them. So, we'll just wish him well. Thank you. You made the finals good. And, you try and build on that.
So to answer to Akil anyway, Akil, he has a 67.8 personal best. Where was it done? What competition was it done in? Yes, he made a world championship final, but what did he do in that final? Nothing of note. So again, Travis Michael hasn't done enough on the senior stage for me to give him a thumbs up. If you love to accept mediocrity, then that's on you. I don't like it, so I'm not going to do it. Um, quickly before we actually have to go, progression from the women's 400 meters. I expect all three Jamaicans to make it through.
Um, After what's the heats like? Tell me what's the heats like.
I haven't seen the lineup as yet.
I haven't seen the lineup. I believe two Jamaicans out of the three will make it through. Not out
Uh-huh.
of three. I believe
Okay.
two out of the three will make it through. The
And
one
then
who all the one who always getting beaten by Shamira Little and your girl, she'll make it through to the she'll make it through to the semis.
yeah, man, Russell is going to make it through. But
Yeah, we'll
the
see.
women's 100-meter hurdles now. You think that Yannick Thompson, Brittany Anderson, and Megan Tapper can progress as well?
Yeah, I think. All right, so I don't know from trials. Yanni not running well. From
True.
trials she has been declining, so she would be the odd one out. She would be the odd one out for me. And Brittany and Tapper, I think they will make it to the semifinals. But I believe Yannick, she just run her heats and then happy to be an Olympian, and then that's it.
All right. In terms of the men's 100-meter, you expect all three guys to progress?
No, no. Um, the three guys that we have there is Johan
Taekwondo
Tai.
Tracy, Oblique Civil, and Yuan.
I expect you want to go to the semifinals. Taekwondo Tracy, no, not good enough. Oblique Seville, no,
Premature.
not good. No, not good enough. Not good enough right now. Not good enough right now.
Yeah, that's why
He
I'll
got
say it's
talent.
premature at this point in time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You come to the as young as he is. Proud of him. You come to the Olympics, you get some experience. But if I'm supposed to say move, no, you get some experience. You go back to the drawing board. You put on some more muscles. You put on some pounds, and then you get your body, in shape to run the 100 meters. Right now, he's just, he's there on pure talent right now.
So we hope that all right. As in terms of for Jamaican fan base, we hope that all the athletes that are actually going to partake on the second day will actually make it through to the next round because we don't want to hear any excuses, say, oh, it's because this or because that or what have you not. We just hope that all Jamaican athletes does well and they keep on making our nation proud.
Mhm.
Well, not with that boxer because that boxer that I heard a lot of them hyped up that, oh, he's in medal shape and that boxer was awful. I wasted 30 minutes of my life to watch that match with him. So let's hope that these athletes will pull through and they'll actually do well. This
Yes,
is
sir.
where we're going to call it a night for the show. We're going to be back here tomorrow because guess what? Tomorrow will be that 100-meter final. So it's either someone is going to come here in a custom made garbage bag with a garbage bin beside him, or a man is going to come here in a jubilant mood with popping bottles, champagne, and all of that, and probably even 20 to make it top up. So, I mean, let's see how this one goes. Just hope that.
Yes, sir.
Hold on a second. So, I'm seeing a little information here. So, here is it saying that Blessing Okabari test positive. I guess it's COVID, so she's out of the semifinals.
Wow. Well, there you go, Dina. There you go.
I'm gonna say easy
Congrats.
message. All right. So, Anthony, we haven't decided as yet as to when we'll start the show tomorrow. So, tomorrow you'll actually see it go, man. Once. Producer said the show will start 8:30 in the morning. What time, producer? 8:30. Wow. Producer is saying that 8:30 in the morning. Will be the show tomorrow. So, producer says 8:30 tomorrow morning will be the show. You want to be first on hand to actually break it down. So, you have to understand from the producer perspective. So, where's the producer? 8:30 tomorrow morning? Yeah. All right. Until tomorrow morning at 8:30 p.m., 8:30 a.m. See you guys until then. Take care. Go and enjoy the Olympics.
Blessings.